What's up, everybody? So we're back out in the shop with another daily vlog. And guys, today we're going to put an edge on our 5160 drop point recurve chopper. And I'm excited about this one. Of course, we're going to be sharpening it. We're going to be doing that on the 1x30, but we're going to be chopping some stuff today too. When we do the 1x30 and we go ahead and sharpen it, we're going to have to start with the 120 grit belt, and then we're going to do the whole 600, 800, 1000 leather stropping. The reason why I'm starting with the lower grit is because I put a beefier edge on it. So the initial bevels go down to a wider edge. So we're gonna have to do our secondary bevel, and I need to cut through a lot of steel in order to get that to where it's an actual cutting edge. So we're gonna do that, and then, so with the 120 grit, and then we're going to go in 600, 800, 1000 stropping belt so that we can really refine it, get a good burr, and then go from there. I'll talk more about that when we actually start doing that process, but we're going to do that, and then after that we're going to chop through some stuff. So we're going to do a water bottle chop. We're going to do a paper towel roll, the cardboard tube. We're going to cut through one of those. Hopefully. I don't know if it's going to, but I'm going to try it. And then we're going to go through and we're going to chop a 2x4 in half. Now, the last time we did an edge retention test, we had to actually put the knife in the vise and beat the knife with the stick. The one before that, we did chop into a 2x4, but we only went in about that deep. This time, we are going to chop with it until that 2x4 is cut in half. So it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to do that part. I really want to chop with this thing, and we're gonna do that. But first, let's go ahead, let's get an edge put on this thing. Let's do it, see how it turns out. Like I said just a second ago, we are gonna go ahead and use a 120 grit belt to cut in that secondary bevel. I had a thicker edge, so I wanted to make sure that I could get down to it real quick without getting the steel very hot. And the heavier grit tends to do that very well. Now, just like the first belt, we are going to go against the rotation so that we can really see what we're doing while we're doing it, because this is setting everything up for the other belts. So we did that 120, then the 600, now we're on the 800 grit, and we're kind of refining that edge and starting to get to where we'll start seeing a little bit of a burr. And I'm going, of course, with the rotation of the belt on this one. Now, I did go up to 1000 grit here, and you're going to see something that I had to do here in a minute, but with the 1000 grit, we're really looking for a real nice burr that can fold over very easily just by the touch of your thumb. And whenever you're doing a recurve blade, it is not easy because you have to get into that curved area on the belly, and it's not that easy to do. It's really not that easy to do if you're trying to do this on a 2x72, because the 2-inch wide belt does not help. On a 1-inch wide belt, it makes it a lot easier to get into those areas that are a little bit more difficult. Now, what I did here was I did have to go back a step. So I had to go back to the 800 grit belt because it wasn't fine enough on the belly. So I had to go to the 800 grit and contour that bevel, the secondary bevel, just a little bit more so that I could then go back to the 1000 grit, make sure we had a good burr, and then go up to the leather stropping belt. Now, don't be afraid to go back a step if you need to go back a step. Don't sit there and try and refine those things or make those bevels with a fine grit belt, because you'll just overheat the steel and you'll end up messing with your temper. And of course, it is very sharp for something that has such a beefy edge. Now, let's go cut some stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and chop something real quick. I think that'll work. one thing down. Alright guys, let's go ahead and wrap up today's daily vlog. There we go. So we got that edge on there. And the edge retention test, flying colors. I mean, this thing did so good. Absolutely love this. But let's recap what is on this knife. So 5160 leaf spring material with it being forged flat and then textured with that ball peen hammer. And then we have acid edge finish on the blade. Handle scales are canvas micarta with that mallard green vulcanized paper liners. And then we've got a paracord lanyard with some steel beads, snake knots, contoured handle with a taper towards the back where that lanyard sits. Love the way this feels in the hand. It was absolutely a blast just chopping through that 2x4. And I mean, it made it out the other side of that without any edge damage. So pumped about this knife. Now, what we're going to be doing next is making a sheath for this. And I'm going to end up making a leather sheath for this, but at first I'm going to go ahead and make a really cool multi-piece, multi-layered Kydex sheath for this that is going to be set up to go scout carry. So that's what I'm going to do with this. It is going to be an awesome sheath, and I'm excited about doing that. Now, the leather sheath we'll be doing later on in a different video all on its own, because I'm going to have to do some practice work with leather work and be confident in the sheath part of it before I make a sheath for this. I don't know, I might just go ahead and say screw it and wing it and make a sheath for it. We'll see how that goes, and y'all will see the work leading up to it and what I'm doing and decisions that I'm making and all that. I will break that stuff down for you, but for tomorrow we are doing a sheath for this out of Kydex. It's going to be an awesome sheath. It's going to be beefy and just really match this knife, so be looking forward to that. Guys, give this video a thumbs up, share this video or a video that I've done in the past that might be your favorite, and if you have not yet, bottom corner, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified for when we do that sheath build. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for spending your time with me. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all stay safe out there. I'll catch y'all next time.